Well, I've been with Bango now nearly 10 years. When I joined Bango, we were very much focused on the long tail. Merchants around the world, games companies, content developers, producing and selling content through mobile devices. That ecosystem really has matured a lot over the last few years. We're seeing large content stores, app stores, and digital music, digital video stores that are now really focusing the delivery of that content through the mobile devices around the world. Those big stores are having to deal with the complexities of introducing ways to enable their consumers to pay very, very simply for that content and for those apps. And that complexity is something that Bango is resolving for them. It's making things very, very simple through a platform to enable those big stores, the big app stores like Google Play or Amazon App Store or Samsung Galaxy Apps, to be able to hook into the big mobile operators around the world to deliver carrier billing. Carrier billing still delivers the most frictionless payment experience. The consumer doesn't have to enter card details, they'll just select the product, click and buy. I think a lot of the boundaries are starting to sort of get blurred and break down. Traditionally, digital goods has been the real focus for mobile. It's easy to deliver digital goods to the mobile device, but now we're starting to see payments on mobile devices for non-digital goods, and we're starting to see a lot of interest from both the carriers and the app stores about how do they expand their presence, how do they engage with those consumers outside of those traditional physical goods, digital goods, into the physical world. That starts with things like gift cards, so the notion of being able to buy gift cards on a mobile operator's site to then purchase additional goods. Maybe even things like restaurants, book restaurants and so forth, and pay for those using the mobile device.
Ticketing, is that in that little universe?
Absolutely, ticketing. I mean, ticketing. Is ticketing physical or is that digital? It's kind of virtual. I mean, ticketing, car parking, all of those things absolutely fit. There's still a little way to go, however. The mobile operators, as we know, tend to be quite risk averse. Rightly so. If you have a post-paid account, they have to go and make sure that their consumers can pay that account at the end of the month. And Bango's working very closely with the carriers to understand that risk and to optimise what those spend limits are to be able to enable those subscribers to be able to pay for more items, for more things, easily with their mobile device. I actually think there's less barriers than most people think there are from the consumer perspective. I think consumers are pretty smart. They're already very familiar with purchasing digital goods on their phone by just finding them within an app store, clicking and buying. I think consumers do get frustrated where there's too many blockages. Certainly, the results we see when consumers do hit things like spend limits that have been imposed, we see those consumers try 4, 5, 6, 10 times repeatedly to make that purchase. They know what they're doing, they just don't always understand why they're being stopped from making those purchases. So I think the industry as a whole is where we need to focus the energy on education, on ensuring that risk isn't part of the equation. The consumer absolutely gets it. They want to just get on and buy the content, whether that's digital or physical. And that's where organisations like MEF, and the notion of mobile ecosystem, is a much stronger message than mobile entertainment. It's not about a specific type of content. It's about making sure that the whole ecosystem can interact, can purchase, and can get on with mobile life as we know it today. And so Bango announced on Monday the introduction of a brand new product, which is the Bango Grid. Bango Grid really sort of comes back to the real core of what we're around, which is to make sure that app stores and carriers can go live with payments really, really simply. Now, over the last few years, we've had the Bango payment platform, which technically enables a carrier to integrate once with a payment platform to deliver all of the app stores in one go. Conversely, it enables an app store to enable carrier bill payments or credit card payments through one simple integration. Now, it's not as simple as that. There's more to going live with payments for app stores than just simply doing an integration. There's all of the research, understanding what the carrier capabilities are, understanding what the tax and regulatory implications are in each country. Then there's the matter of integrating, managing projects, and then after you're live, actually understanding and monitoring and optimizing the success of that payment route. Bango Grid is really all about that whole end-to-end project of an app store going live with payments anywhere in the world. It's about scaling from tens of payment routes up to hundreds of payment routes. It enables Google, for example, to go from their current 64 carrier billing routes to 400 carrier billing routes, or for Microsoft to go from 82 carrier billing routes to 400 or 500 carrier billing routes. It's about taking that whole complexity out and making carrier billing as attractive as all other sorts of payment that we see and very familiar with today.